Welcome to the Spartan Savants podcast. Coming off a nice win with the old brass spittoon. I'm joined with my co-host, our own Uncle T, Travis Tyler, and our friend, Willie Stallions. How's it going today, Travis?
Nikki, we had a good weekend with the Spartans, and the line pulled out a good win. Got some big time football coming up, and the big basketball game tomorrow. And seems like the coaching search is finally coming to an end here. So, all in all, I think it's pretty damn good.
Very nice. How about you, Willie? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I called the Spartans out. I said, if you want to call yourself a Spartan dog, you better find a way to win this game, and they did. Huge. When you put the team on the spot like that, I know it's just Indiana, but you got to tip the cap to those guys. Nice job by Caden Hauser finishing off a drive to win the game. Tip of the cap. Honestly, a great weekend for Michigan State sports with the hockey wins, basketball, winning a couple games there, and the football winning. I mean, it was a good sports weekend for the Spartans, and caps off the football team for getting that done.
Definitely, definitely. Another fun thing too is Michigan lost in basketball twice. So that's fun. They lost today as well. So never hurts. Never hurts. Got a big one against Arizona tomorrow after Lions hopefully beat down the Packers. But I guess let's just start off today.
What a relaxing Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Yeah, I know, honestly. Like just two really high pressure games.
Great.
Like my mom's like, when are we gonna eat dinner? I'm like, come on.
Never.
Yeah.
Just bring it to me while I watch the game, okay?
Yeah, look, don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Give me my turkey so I can shove it in my mouth and scream at these people. All right. Yeah, we're a little tuned up today. Late night, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But yeah, let's go. Let's talk that Indiana game. I made a baby cry by screaming yes so hard when we won. And so that's a good start there.
Nice.
I'm just glad we won. That's really all I can say about it. How about you, Travis?
Yeah, I did not make a baby cry, but I second the sentiment. We definitely came up with a big win. That was a game we were saying that, it's been a shitty season. You absolutely cannot lose that game. I thought there was progress in all phases of the game. Really, Malik Carr finally showed up. Peyton Hauser showed some growth. Probably not the cleanest game, obviously, the way we've been playing all year. I kind of wish it would have been more of a blowout the way Indiana is, but hey, that's where we are right now. And it's good to see a win at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Malik Carr, if he had played like that in every single game, we would probably be 7-4 right now, in all reality. I mean, the Iowa game, it was there. He just got hurt. But I mean, where has that guy been all year? I mean, I feel like we've been begging for that. He was clearly the best player on the field, a total difference maker in that game. Mangum, I thought, played well.
Absolutely.
Defense continuing to get stops when they need to. You're right, Trav. I'm with you. I feel like that we probably should have won that game by 2 or 3 scores. 2 or 3 might be a bit aggressive, but I
turnovers helped.
Yeah. But it's good to see them down and come from behind and score in that last drive fashion. I think Hauser definitely got some chops there, some good experience, even if it is Indiana. But there's just a good feeling around the program now, and they're 2-1 in November. Things are trending in the right direction. I think it's just good to see these guys getting some wins. Not a ton of takeaways from that game. 45 scholarship players, I think, traveled to that game, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. Usually teams have double that number or something like that. So, I mean, to beat another Power 5 team in conference with, 45 scholarship players is pretty crazy.
And then interim coach, yeah.
Well, right. And then we had a walk-on offensive lineman playing nose tackle. I mean, that was. I was looking at that. I was like, who the fuck is 75?
I mean, I think that speaks to this team's resilience,
Yeah, yeah.
adversity. And honestly, tip of the cap to Harlan Barnett. I mean, it's not an easy job that he's taken over.
Yeah.
It's good to just it's good to see this group of guys win. They deserve it.
I'm so happy he got to win a trophy, and who knows, maybe
Yeah.
he'll win another one this week.
That's
Absolutely.
what I was gonna say. Now we have a rivalry trophy.
That's right.
Yeah,
One of them. Yeah.
I agree. Last week or that last drive too, just kind of felt like it all came together. I would have preferred it if it happened in like the fourth or fifth game, but
Right.
But hey,
Yeah.
it kind of feels like we have a core now. Like, I don't know, from what I've been reading too, it seems like I think more players are going to stay than we initially thought in like September, October. Like, it seems like these guys seem to like each other, like playing with each other. Malik Carr just, thanks for playing like that against Indiana. It would have been really nice against a couple other teams, but thank you. And if he could come back next year, I think he has another
Yeah.
year of eligibility.
I feel like he's got to.
Yeah, I don't think he's done enough to go to the next level.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't think he can transfer again because he'd have to sit out, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he would have to sit out. I mean, that could very well be something that he's okay with, but I wouldn't be okay with it if I were him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess we have anything else to say about Indiana? Seems like, what is there to say at this point, really?
Yeah, I mean, I really, like I said, I don't have a ton to take away.
Yeah.
I think Hauser took a step forward. I think that was a big step for him. Your first come from behind, last fourth quarter drive to win a game is always, you'd like to see that. And so that's a step forward for him. He can always, look back to that, got some confidence, whether he's our starter next year or not. It's a step forward for him.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in the season, our team is what it is, and you just want to see growth every game. It's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So I guess going into this Penn State game, really, there's really not too much to say. There's Harlan obviously did his press conference, basically doing the classic. I want the MSU job. I think we all know that's not happening. I don't really think it's even worth getting into. I want to win. I want to get the job. We're playing hard. Nothing groundbreaking in this Harlan Barnett press conference. Good luck to Keyshawn Blackstop for committing to Arkansas. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
And do you guys know of any other injury? Sounds like Glover and Mosley won't be in more than likely. It seems like the injuries are kind of unchanged.
Yeah, it seems like we're obviously Samac, I think.
He's out
in that Indiana game. But I think we're kind of rolling into Penn State with the same, very similar crew that we did in Indiana, which will be quite interesting. But
yeah. I guess talking about that, let's preview this Penn State game. How are you guys feeling about it? Trav, you go first.
That's a little better than I did at the beginning of the year. We've seen Penn State play some of these other teams, and they did beat the shit out of Maryland, and they were in some of the games against the better teams, but their offense has kind of fallen off as the years go on. So that the years have gone on, and so that could give us a little bit of a chance. It's going to have to be a low scoring game if we have a shot for this. I mean, their defense is not going to give up a lot of points. Their defense is legit. It's the offense that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Do we know if Aller's playing?
Last
I think he's expected to be playing.
Expected to play. Yeah. Questionable, but expected. Yeah.
He's
got a big arm. Yeah.
I was reading something that their offensive efficiency or their running some stat is better when that backup quarterback plays. They're not going to throw the ball all over us because Aller just doesn't. They don't have a lot of deep threats.
Right.
They've proven that week to week. Now the MSU secondary may present opportunities for them there, but just based off their 11 games so far, they don't really have a deep threat or they're not a threat to go deep. But their running game is good. They can run the ball, and their defense is good too. So Michigan. I think Michigan State's going to have a hard time scoring points. It really will come down to, does Aller play? How does their run game look against MSU's defense? And then can the MSU secondary stop the pass? I don't know. I don't know how many points it takes to win this game. My guess is that if someone scores 21 points, they'll probably have a pretty good chance to win. Penn State will do that in the first quarter. I have no idea. Penn State's favored by 21, which seems like a really, really big number. I just don't think their offense is all that great. I guess it comes down to what you think of the MSU defense. Because the MSU defense, if you take out Ohio State and Michigan, has not given up a ton of points.
And Washington.
Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking more recently. Yeah, Washington, of course.
Conference play. Let's keep it there. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at the past 5 weeks, MSU's defense has not given up a ton of points in these games, save those two. But I really have no idea what to expect. I mean, I'm coming off confidence of beating Indiana and Nebraska, which are just not good teams. So I mean, MSU could absolutely get blown out at Ford Field.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to be there with my brother, boots on the ground, me and Nikki.
Yes.
Into the game. Looking forward to that. James Franklin, I never really thought very highly of him. This is a classic game that his team could lose. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Comes up the season.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get excited, if these players want to get excited for next year, how about this defense steps up and how about we get a quick little upset? I think James Franklin is hungry to have a disappointing game. Mm-hmm. His team has nothing else to play for. Like, he wins 10 games every year. Like, who cares? If he could sneak up on them, pop them in the mouth a bit. Let's win that. Let's get the Land Grant Trophy.
They are right. They're ripe for the picking. I mean, they have lost the two most important games of the year. They're playing to be in a New Year's Six Bowl, probably. But
no one cares about that.
Yeah. Yeah. They're ripe for an upset for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully Hauser shows some growth. In that defensive core. I know Tatum's out. I don't think Nate Carter's going to be in.
Yeah, he's questionable. Yeah.
So it would be Jaron Mangum. And who would be your backup?
Harold Joyner.
Yeah, Joyner.
Okay. Okay, that makes me a little bit less confident.
Yeah. We got that going for us.
Spin zone though, with all of our O-line injuries and stuff, like, it just shows it doesn't even make that much of a difference. Like, we can win games without our healthy players. We're just
play 7-on-7. How about that?
Yeah, let's have some fun this weekend. So I guess it sounds like we're realistically we'll most likely lose here. We can save our score predictions for later. Anyone have any other thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think this is such a good opportunity for this MSU team. It's likely they're going to have a new coach, but this could be such a nice. Winning is a long shot, but let's just say they play a really close game. This could really, build a lot of confidence heading into next year. New coach coming in. I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, it's really a nice I don't think it's like Ohio State and Michigan where it's like we're not going to win this game. No chance. I really do think there's a version of this game that we could win. It's going to come down to what MSU team shows up. So great opportunity. I hope they take advantage of it.
Yeah,
agree.
Every bad team needs that one, win that came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and we haven't had that yet. So it could be perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If we get that one fun win, that one win that we shouldn't have done, like Illinois last year.
Right.
The fact that Illinois was that win is really sad. But if we went 5-7 this year, you could argue that this was a more successful season than the prior.
Yeah,
Which
5-7 would feel a lot like 6. 5-7 with this team would feel a lot like 6-6, honestly. Besides the fact that we probably wouldn't go to bowl game in all the other parts, but this 5-7 would feel like a pretty good year for this team.
Yeah, to have the same record as last year, with everything that's happened, is just a major positive out of all of the
Absolutely.
everything.
Yeah.
yes. All right. So I guess besides that, we could talk a little bit about coaching. So at this point in time, it seems like Jonathan Smith is going to be the coach from what I've seen. You guys see anything else? I know Elko is the other one, but it seems like it's probably going to be Jonathan Smith.
Yeah, that's all I've seen.
Yeah, all signs appear to be pointing to Smith. Seems like Elko. It feels like the way that it's been conveyed, at least from what I'm reading, is that they had a choice between Elko and Smith, and they're choosing Smith.
Yeah.
Again, I obviously have no idea if that's true or not. That feels like that's just from what I'm reading, what it's come down to. There's part of me that's so excited about this hire. I think what he's done at Oregon State is very impressive, but I have major concerns, obviously. I will hold most of my thoughts until that is announced. And I think we'll do an episode on that. But I think there's great potential there with this hire. I was saying earlier, it's really hard to poach a Power 5 coach under normal circumstances. If Alan Heller poaches a Power 5 coach from another team under the circumstances that he's under with the Tucker fallout, coming off a pretty bad season, the board of trustees, there's no president. It's pretty impressive. What you think of Jonathan Smith, highly or low, it's pretty impressive that you can go out and pull a Power 5 coach. It speaks to what MSU's job is on the marketplace. It's still a highly regarded job that we thought it was. So hats up to Alan Heller. It's obviously not done yet, but we're getting close. And if it's Jonathan Smith or Mike Elko for that matter, I think it's a great job. It's not Urban, but I think those are the next two. I think it's a good job. Hats off to him.
I don't think you can go wrong either way with those guys. But like you were saying about coaching a Power 5 coach, especially impressive. He can coach a Power 5 coach from his alma mater, no matter what no matter what their conference situation is. Obviously, they're not going. They got that whole bullshit situation over there. But I mean, it's like I told you guys. I think it was yesterday when I was texting you guys. I think I'm on the Smith bandwagon right now. So I'm very impressed with what he's done at Oregon State, especially with talent that they typically get in there, and what he's done. He brought in a 4-star quarterback in there last year. I think it was a top 100 recruit. Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to go wrong. Like Winston said, we probably save a little more for when the hires actually announced and everything. But
agree. Don't want to.
Yeah. Would
I would say
don't want to do a piece on Jonathan Smith and if Jason Candle or Danny Knows walking up to the podium.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh God.
Did you guys watch the Oregon State Washington game last weekend?
I was unable to.
I did not get a chance to. I wanted to.
Oregon State team is impressive, man.
Physical. Yeah, I saw the fourth quarter. I didn't get to see the whole game. Yeah.
The offense just looks so much better than what the bullshit Michigan State is running now. It's like when you watch it, like, oh, this offense makes a lot of sense for a team like Michigan State, and maybe he can even bring that. If it is him, maybe he can bring that quarterback with him.
Yeah. I mean,
but we've got good choices too.
You look at their offenses; we're playing different sports.
Yeah,
it's clear.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's going to be over. I'm exhausted with the whole thing.
Same.
Go, please.
It's been a long 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
My
2.5
screen time.
2.5.
Yeah. Yes. The amount of
my phone screen time is going to go way less. It's going to go way down.
Right.
It's like embarrassing how much I'm just refreshing my phone constantly.
Oh my gosh, I know it.
It's weight off the shoulder.
Yeah.
So I guess that's football. Go Spartans. So over the past weekend basketball, we had 2 nice wins over Butler and Alcorn State. I wasn't able to see the Alcorn State game. Sounds like Walker was out and Holman did pretty well, but I saw that Butler game. Any thoughts on that? either of those games?
Two
I mean, I
two
think
convincing wins. Sorry, Trav. I'll just
no.
I
Go
I
ahead.
don't have
Go
much to
ahead.
say. I'll pass over to
Yeah.
you. Two convincing wins, I think, is exactly what the team needed. Not so much outside of that. What's his name being out? I think it was more of a load management that they were hiding under an illness. Like if he truly was ill, I don't think he would have been on the bench.
That's a fair
Spreading
point.
it
Yeah.
potentially. Might have had a cough. Izzo's never going to say it was load management, but that'll be my guess. Two solid wins. That's what the team needed. Nice to see Pierre Brooks back at the Breslin Center. But the team's coming around. I feel like they needed a couple of those games to get some confidence back and gel a little bit, and test some lineups out there. Tomorrow is a big game, probably as toughest games they've had yet. Arizona beat Duke at Duke, and we lost Duke by 9. So they're going to be tested. Very interested to see how they react or perform.
Yeah, I mean, basically took the words right out of my mouth. If we needed wins like that, it looked much more like what we expected them to look like at the beginning of the season for that James Madison game. Beating that Butler team by 20, regardless of where the game was huge. And I think Hogarth's been a little more aggressive lately. Wanted to see a little more out of him in that Alcorn State game, but Holloman stepped up. And I did like how without Walker, we still kind of had that flow that we needed to be able to run an effective offense against Alcorn State. And granted, it's Alcorn State, but they are expected to be a contender in their conference based on what the broadcast and the announcers were saying. I think that Butler win was very big, got them on track. I do worry a little bit about. Well, I'll get there in a second. I thought the shooting has started to come on a little bit more, and they're the guys that we thought we were going to have to rely on, like Malik Hall, Jaden Akins, outside of Walker, have started to play a lot better. So hopefully they can keep progressing there. I do worry a little bit about how our big, especially without Kohler, will play against some of these elite teams that have, a little more skill at the big position.
Yeah, I will say I have enjoyed Cooper starting.
Yeah, he's been good.
Definitely the right choice there.
Yeah.
My pick for surprise player of the year.
Yeah, and my pick of surprise player of the year, Jackson Kohler. Apparently, Izzo said he's probably ready to start practicing next week. So
great news.
That is great news.
We need that.
Yep.
Yeah, could be a great, nice awakening there. So, for this Arizona game, obviously the number 3 team beat Duke at Duke. Caleb Love, former North Carolina Tar Heel and former Michigan Wolverine for like a week, leading this team in. How do you guys think we're gonna fare against them?
I'll say it's gonna be a tough one, not just because Love. You look at them, they beat Duke. That's the only team that they've played so far. Yet they've scored over 100 points 3 times on these crappy teams. But the real thing that I kind of worry about is they have 10 guys that are 6'6" or taller on their roster.
Big boys.
4 7-footers. That is gonna cause some issues.
Yeah.
And they're all athletic too. So it's not like they're just these tall, funky guys out there. It's gonna be you're gonna be playing among the trees pretty much.
Yeah, they're gonna be tested tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they're going
Best
to get
team
creative.
we've played so far.
Yeah, they're going to get creative to win this game. Not to play the best game of the year for sure. I mean, the big men are just going to have to step up. I mean, Sissoko is just going to have to play better than he's played all year. I mean, it's just. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you have to step up today, buddy.
Guard.
Yeah. You know,
Little
they're,
bowl in the
Guys
China
gonna
shop.
have to
Yeah.
drive a lot. Just
Yeah. yeah, they're gonna have to play a very good game, no doubt.
And they're gonna have to, if their rebounding is not there, the shooting efficiency is absolute must. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't afford to have those loose balls with all the length that Arizona has.
Yeah, tough matchup.
I mean, it's classic Tommy November game. Just
Yeah.
It would be a very nice win.
Do we know what the spread is?
I was just looking at it and I don't recall.
I'm not sure that they always release basketball very late.
Arizona by 5.5.
Arizona.
All right. Yeah. That seems fair.
Honestly, it's a little closer than I thought it would be
Yeah.
for the way they've played this year.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. I mean, it'll be literally the Lions game, and we'll have about a half hour
It would
before
go right to it. Yeah.
it might go,
Yeah.
right into it. Oh boy, I could be in a really bad mood by the end of that. By like 6 o'clock.
I
gonna
can't
have to-
wait, but I'm also dreading it at the same time. What the
Yeah.
heck?
I mean, it has a chance to really kind of springboard us into something or really ruin our day.
If
So,
I gave you, if I told you, we're going 1-1 no matter what, who would you pick to be the one team that wins?
I mean,
tough one. Go, Nikki, go.
oh man, I feel like I have to choose Lions.
I think Lions too.
Yeah,
But this would,
it's especially because we're playing a rival with the Lions. It's a divisional game.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like tomorrow would be the win would mean much more to the Lions than it would Michigan. State.
Yeah. I mean,
it
you'd
would
be
mean a lot to
9-2.
Michigan State too.
I don't know, man. That Arizona win would be pretty sick.
It would really wipe out the James Madison and Duke losses, I think.
Yeah,
James Madison 5-0 right now.
Yeah.
If we beat
So-
Arizona, like, yeah, all is forgiven. We beat
Yeah.
Arizona. If we
That's a tough question.
lose to the Packers, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to be so mad.
the only team I hate losing to more is the Bears.
Mhm.
And I mean,
Ooh, that was close.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't even get me started. I was about to throw my drink at the window in the bar.
I knew we were gonna win.
Yeah, there's Jared Goff. Come on, he might throw 3 picks. He's just a good guy. He's a dog.
Yeah, I'm rethinking my answer on that one. I mean, if the Lions lose, okay, they're 8-3.
Yeah, I mean,
Michigan
what's
State,
really?
I mean, that's a pretty big win. I mean, damn, I don't know. That's tough.
What it comes down to,
man,
like, what's the difference between tournaments, potential tournament seeding in November,
Yeah.
and where you want to be in the NFC playoff picture,
Yeah.
basically.
I guess
we're a game behind Philadelphia right now.
Yeah.
That's what we're fighting for.
Yeah, but
That's
God,
the
if
only
we get
team
like
in front
a
of
three,
us.
if we get like a 3 seed in March and lose in like the Sweet 16, oh, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, I guess that's kind of all we got here through basketball that I can see. Zooming through this episode. Very low stakes.
Yeah. Yeah, for anyone that listened to the to last week's episode, you got it while it's hot. It is no longer on the internet, but nice. If you got it, you got it. If not, you didn't.
Hey, we have insiders, baby. Insider
That's right.
information.
Travis said a bad word.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, I don't think I said anything that wasn't out there, but just to be safe, we did take it down, and it's unfortunate because that was probably one of the best episodes that we've done.
It was a good episode.
It was a really good episode. It didn't even
great hour 45 minutes. No
I
editing
didn't even
needed.
edit it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I
All
think
right.
I think our Heisman and college playoff talk was one of the best segments we've done.
I know we get to revisit
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
what if we just revisited it now? What if we just did a freestyle? What if we did what if we did a freestyle? Or should we just do picks?
I mean, we could have a general conversation. I feel like I was more well informed of
Yeah,
the.
because I mean they've updated the playoff rankings since then
Yeah,
for that. Yeah,
I think the Heisman race stands exactly where it does. I think it's going to be
yeah,
Bo Nix or
Penix.
Penix,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Jaden Daniels. I mean, Jaden Daniels had maybe the best college football game of all time.
He has like 8
If LS
touchdowns.
if
Yeah.
LSU was 10-1,
Yes,
we'd be talking a lot more about it.
no questions asked.
Even
Absolutely.
9-2, I feel like, but they're what, 8 and
I
3?
agree. Yeah,
If
3
they were
losses.
9-2 and they beat Bama, we'd absolutely be talking about them.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Marvin
Three
Harrison
three is
Jr.
the
also deserves to
Yeah.
win. You know,
Well,
Marvin
that
Harrison Jr. His entire Heisman campaign is based on this Saturday.
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
and that kind of goes with what I said last week was it's kind of become a quarterback award for the team that goes the furthest in, you know, those two top quarterbacks that you're talking about right now that have the playoff berth on the line are Washington and Oregon.
yeah.
Even though Marvin Harrison is clearly by far and away the best player in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Heisman trophies, did anyone watch the Barry Sanders documentary on Amazon?
I have not.
I have not yet.
We watch tonight or tomorrow morning.
I just watched it. Honestly, it's like whatever.
Really?
Have you seen the
That's
Scott Mitchell
It's
stuff
just
out of
it's
that?
it's just like it's
was
like
me
Barry
hoping for a
Sanders.
better reaction.
It was like Barry Sanders was pretty good. Like here are his highlights. Oh man, it was annoying. People were really annoyed when he retired, but he has his kids and he's happy and he's a well-rounded person.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did you see what
it's
happened
like
with
they're
Scott
like
Mitchell after that? Yeah.
they do not go into like they like barely go into they don't even go into like the Lions incompetence. They're just like the Lions are known to be a pretty bad football team, and it's like
Yeah, that's sweet.
I guess it's worth a watch though.
Oh,
It did really bother me that he never won more than a playoff game because you just watch his highlights the whole time and you're like,
yeah,
he's so good.
he's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. On the college football playoff front, big shakeup. I mean, Florida State won big and got jumped by Washington, which I think, if you look at the strength of schedules, is well deserved. Florida State also losing their quarterback.
Yeah.
Really tough. Really tough. I mean, they might win the next game they're in the season, and they might win the conference championship. But
Jordan Travis will never walk again.
yeah, I mean, that's tough. A lot's gonna get sorted out this weekend and then next. But it's too bad we lost that college football playoff conversation because I do think that was a pretty solid discussion. But
He'll be the first QB in the league to have a peg leg.
that injury was pretty
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
But on the Washington side of things, I think they have more ranked wins than both Ohio State and Michigan, so it was kind of time for them to jump up there.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, like we said, everything's going to play out. The Michigan Ohio State game's going to play out this weekend. Next weekend in the conference championships, you're going to have likely Oregon and Washington.
Yeah.
Figuring that out, even though Oregon hasn't technically clinched their spot there.
I mean, Johnny might be playing his last game and do a quick upset. That would be so cool.
Keep their big bro out of their championship.
It bothers me. It bothers me that it's at the same time as our game.
It's an hour after. Yeah, I really wanted to watch that game too.
I might have to turn on the YouTube TV dual screen.
Yeah.
I like that feature. They got the quad box.
Yeah,
college games.
That's a nice bit. They have.
I
wish it would let you pick your games instead of the pre.
I did.
You can do that, I think.
Yeah. I did find somehow. I forget how I did it. I clicked on a game and it asked me if I wanted to watch it as part of the quad box.
That's cool. I have not gotten watching it. All right, should we get into the picks?
Let's do it, baby.
Sounds
All
really
right.
good.
No music this week. We're doing it a cappella.
Oh yeah, we're going
Yeah.
acapella. Shit, no editing.
This
Okay.
episode's gonna be another raw and edited version.
Man, okay. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, I will say slim pickings this week. I try to just pick the best games. I'll start off with MSU basketball, Arizona, neutral site. MSU is getting 5.5 points. Who are we going with?
Come on. Spartan teams. They're never
Yeah,
beaten.
you know what show this is.
All right. I'm with you, boys. We're all gonna roll with Spartans there over the Wildcats of Arizona in the basketball game. All right. Friday night rivalry game, Oregon State, Beavers traveling to Eugene to take on the Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are favored by 13.5. Travis, what do you got?
Really want to go Oregon State just because of Johnny, but and I mean that yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Oregon's on a roll, but that's a big line between those two teams, I think. So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna pick the Beavers to win necessarily, but I'm gonna say the cover.
All right, got it.
Johnny wins his last game as a Beaver.
Wow, nice. I'm also going to go with Oregon State. I think it's Johnny's last game, lot to play for. I'm going to go with the Beavs. All right. The next rivalry game here, we have Kentucky traveling to number 10, Louisville. The Cardinals are favored by 7.5 at home.
I'll take Louisville. Had a good year. Kentucky's about to be a 6-6 team after that game. So
Agree.
I'm going to go with Kentucky. I don't think they're going to win, but I think the rivalry game, they'll keep it close. SEC team going up against ACC team. I think Kentucky can cover the 10 points there. The next one here, we have Florida State traveling to the Swamp to take on the Florida Gators. Florida State is favored by 6.5.
yeah, Seminoles.
Gators could cover. No JT.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I just don't know what the backup quarterback, what's going to happen there. It's on the road. I'm going to go Florida. I think the FSU's got the better team, and I think they can pull it out, but could be a tight one. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Another SEC matchup here. Texas A&M travels to Baton Rouge to take on the 14th ranked LSU Tigers. LSU is favored by 11.5.
Yeah, LSU. I mean, it's home game. It's early in the day, so it's not one of those night games that people worry about there. But A&M's got that coaching change. They've got guys, half in, half out. I believe they're at least one, maybe two of their quarterbacks, or even three of their quarterbacks are hurt. So it's just LSU's written all over the place on that one.
Agree. LSU.
I'm going to go with LSU as well. Just too much going on for A&M. Coaching change. They're playing probably the most talented quarterback in the country. All right. The next game here, Alabama, number 8, Alabama traveling to in-state rival Auburn. The Crimson Tide is favored by 14 points.
I might be crazy here. I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go with Bama. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought for a second with that line, but no.
Say
They're
Peyton
they're
Thorne
playing
keeps it
Peyton Thorne.
close.
Yeah.
Peyton Thorne's going to keep it close. He's going to have one of those, I guess he didn't really have that many good games in MSU, but
Was it last year that they took him to overtime?
Yeah, I think it was. I feel like the
Yeah,
Iron
that
Bowl is
was
always very
interesting.
close. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with
yeah.
Auburn as well. Is Oregon State the Civil War? Is that what that was called?
Yes.
That's a great
I
run.
believe so.
Man, that's so cool. All right. Before we get to Michigan State, obviously there's one Big Ten rivalry here. The Ohio State Buckeyes, ranked number 2 in the country, traveling to the 3rd-ranked Michigan Wolverines in Ann Arbor. They'll be without Coach Jim Harbaugh. Michigan is ranked number 3, and they are favored by 3 against Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes. In the game, as they call it. Obviously played in that shithole that they call Ann Arbor, in that dump that they call the Big House. Travis, what do you got?
Yeah, if I ever pick Michigan in this game, please just come shoot me. It's like I don't understand how all these fans are on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, you should be cheering for us." Why? You do nothing but talk shit about us.
Yeah,
Like, we're gonna do the same thing. We're rivals. I don't want you to win that game. So yeah, Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
I am gonna roll with the Buckeyes as well. I have a bunch of Michigan fans in my own home.
Oh no.
My family has invited
Run.
other Michigan fans to come over and watch. I bought an Ohio State T-shirt to wear during the game.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not fucking around here. All right, game of the week. Penn State Nittany Lions traveling to what you could call a neutral site. Technically, Michigan State's the home team. Penn State comes in ranked 11th. They are going against the Spartans, and they are giving 21 points to Harlan Barnett and the Michigan State Spartans.
I really want to pick the upset here, but I don't totally see it. I think State covers, but Penn State, it's let's say 30-24 win. That's a lot of points. Wow. Whatever.
Nikki,
I'm going to go similar, but I'm going to go with Spartans pull off the victory in OT 27-24.
wow, nice. I think Michigan State can cover the 21. I think Penn State's going to win. I'm going to go Penn State 24, Michigan State 14.
That sounds like a smarter score. I think
Yeah,
I
we'll
gave us
see.
way too many. I think I gave our offense way too much credit after last week.
Yeah.
We'll see. Who knows? I mean, all right, final game. Lions tomorrow versus the Packers. Lions are favored by 8.
Forward down the field, baby.
Oh, man, 8's a lot. But guess what? We're going forward down that motherfucking field.
Lions love it, baby.
We're at home. It's our holiday. You got it.
Forward, baby. Let's go.
9-2.
That's right. All right, I think that's it. Quick episode. Obviously, everyone's got a lot of things going on with Thanksgiving and being with families, but we'll be back next week, and well,
Hope we have a new coach.
I just noticed Travis'
that'll
name
be
is
the
Uncle
news.
T. I just noticed that. Funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
we might do a whole episode just on the coach. I would think.
Oh, I will be. Imagine if
Pretty
it's
close
like,
to it.
like,
I mean, that's gonna be a
if
long
it's Jason
conversation.
Candle.
Oh my
It's
God.
Connor Stallions. Hear it from Uncle T.
If it's Jason Candle, I'm going on my own episode alone.
Just give Willie the control. He's going live.
Yes. Yep. All right, boys. Happy Thanksgiving. Go green.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go white.
Thanksgiving. Go green. Go white.
Okay.
Okay, we can stop recording.
I'm trying to. It's not clicking.
Why are we still recording?